The following contest is in the RFO welterweight division, and it is brought to you by RFOfights.com, the online home of the RFO. Introducing first, making his way down the aisle into the blue corner, please welcome Desmond.
Well, here comes Desmond Ford, 4-5 fighting out of Ohio. Only 25 years old, 9 fights under his belt. He's coming off of a couple of losses, one by submission, one by decision. So he's looking to get back on the winning track. And, you know, this card, before we break down Desmond Ford, just in general, Dave, what a great venue we're at tonight. Cleveland Masonic Temple, beautiful venue, packed house, absolute wonderful venue. Sound crew's great. Fighters have been bringing it, shooting MMAs, taking great photos. It's just been a heck of a night.
Yeah, absolutely, man. This is historic. This is the first time that RFO has come to this historic venue in Cleveland, Ohio. I got a sneaky suspicion it's not going to be the last. When the room is this electric, the fans are this great, man, you can see smiles on the family faces of these children. You got professional athletes, and you got everyday hardworking people out for a great night in Cleveland, Ohio on a Friday night watching real, live, and rising stars in the MMA community.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
And let's get his opponent out here right now.
And his opponent, making his way down the aisle into the red corner, please welcome Brandon Odom.
Here it is, John. You got Brandon Odom, who's an RFO staple. He's a Mansfield, Ohio guy. He's coming in here. He's coming off a win just back at Big Guns 22 via submission in the first round. And this is a guy who's got his wins and his losses, but one thing he has is he's got cage experience. We talked, there's no shortage of that. You either have it or you don't, and the only way to get it is to be in the cage. You know, this guy is going to come to fight every time he fights. I've seen him fight before. One thing I know, when he gets in that cage, he is coming to fight.
Absolutely, and he brings it, and that's possibly one of the reasons that he's either gone to decision or has finished his opponent or been finished early, because he said, I'm here, I'm ready to fight, let's go. 12-16 as an amateur, that is an incredible amount of fights as an amateur. You almost wonder, does he not feel he's ready for the pro ranks, or did the state of Ohio deny him a pro rank? Because technically all you need is 5 amateur fights and you can go pro, but if you go 0-5 and get TKO'd 5 times in a row, they may not sanction you. With that being said, I can't imagine that Burning Bravado and the crew down in Columbus wouldn't say, if you want to go pro, but who knows?
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll see a victory and Matt Trukovich can ask him that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, here's the thing, coming off a win, his previous fight, his last fight at Big Guns 22, he's coming right back to work tonight. So it's one of two things. Does this guy want to be a pro fighter, or is this a guy who's a family man, who's a hardworking, got a career, and at the end of the day, there's no better place to go blow off steam than your local MMA gym, and he goes, hey, I just like to fight. So I either fight in the Walmart parking lot and I get in trouble, or I sign up for these amateur fights and I help some other guys that maybe want to be pro get experience. So you never know. I've met some guys that said, I don't want to be a pro fighter, I want to be an amateur fighter because I just love to fight.
Yeah, I really didn't get a chance to talk to him prior to the fight, but I really would like to ask him a bunch of questions. Absolutely. But let's send it up to Jake and introduce these guys officially.
Welterweight division, and it is brought to you by the online home of the RFO, RFOfights.com. Introducing first in the blue corner, he fights out of East Liverpool, Ohio. He weighed in at 165 pounds, representing Team Hit Squad and Team CMA with an MMA record, 4 wins, 5 losses. Please welcome Des, the Meanest Ford! His opponent in the red corner, he fights out of Mansfield, Ohio. He weighed in at 164 pounds, representing Rec Room Athletics. He has an MMA record, 12 wins, 16 losses. Please welcome Brandon Anytime, Anywhere Odom! This bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Only action begins, your referee is Mr. Jerry Poe.
Well, you know, John, you can hear just by the loud noise of this crowd. There's a hometown hero in Brandon Odom. But you look across the cage, blue corner, Desmond Ford, he looks like he's ready for war. And this is a guy in Odom who, again, decisions, goes the distance. He's not afraid of a fight. And so both these guys are going to meet in the middle, and they're going to see who's got what for who tonight.
And for the second time tonight, we've had Desmond Ford. We had somebody earlier do the John Jones.
Absolutely. It'll be nice to see John Jones come back and be in the cage here soon. So here we go. Nice little kick. You missed. Nice little spin. Right now, both guys trying to just feel each other out. Got some light jabs, got some light footwork. You know, trying to find your rhythm, trying to find their breathing here.
Yeah, even though Odom has 28 fights, he seems to be the more stiff fighter.
He does. But now just kind of flat-footed. And here we go. We got Ford. He's up on those toes. He's bouncing. He's throwing that jab out. Again, not with power. It's just a rangefinder. There's a nice teep kick.
Better keep that low. No head kicks in the amateur ranks.
That touches the chin. That'll get you disqualified quickly at the amateur ranks. Here he is, just throwing that jab out there again. Just not with no power, rangefinder, trying to find his distance. And there's really close to aiming at the head. He's got to be careful. And I know Odom's a shorter fighter, and he kind of dips, maybe looking for a level change. But Ford has to be careful because his legs are coming real close to the head of his opponent.
Yeah, that's a great point, Dave, because he's really flirting with a disaster. He's going to have put in a full training camp, and you go too high on that kick, disqualified.
So you see Ford, yeah, it's getting really high. You see Ford throwing at that front leg. We've seen that really by John Jones, the punching just above the knee, that kind of stiff front leg kick, and he's laying it out there. I don't know if he's mimicking the John Jones, and that's a style. Nice footwork. He goes right, left, and he's working his angles to set up his strikes. There it is, nice body kick. Lead with his hands and head, right into his kicks. He seems to be very unpredictable with his movement. But again, Odom is not worried about it. Odom's standing right in the pocket with him, looking to fight.
Ford hit a beautiful
boom, and there's a left hand hook on a counter strike.
Ford looks to be.
Oh, there he goes. Throw the right, hit him with the left hook. The counter strike can be very dangerous if a fighter's aggressive coming forward. He might be more flashy, but boom, you hit him with a counter. Oh, there's a nice outside the leg kick, taking the leg of Odom away.
Yeah, he buckled him right
there.
Boom,
and there he is with another stiff left. Just missed with a hook of his own, did Ford. And he caught a little bit of a left hook again from Odom. Bang! These guys are loosening up now. It might just be his natural stance is to be a little stiffer. Boom! And there's a kick of his own.
That was a beautiful body kick.
Nice combo. Lead with the hands, finish with the feet.
Yeah, at this point.
What a great round, John.
Yeah, I was going to say, at this point, welcome to RFO kickboxing.
That was great. What a great round.
And now, right now, Jerry Poe's in the corner of Mr. Ford, and he's telling him, make sure those kicks don't rise, because he just pointed to his shoulder saying, you're getting up there. So good job by veteran referee Jerry Poe saying, hey, man, I see what you're doing. I'm not saying you're doing it on purpose, but I'm going to have to take a point.
Absolutely.
Or straight up disqualification.
You know, and that's one of the things stylistically, sometimes fighters' styles don't match up, you know, quite easily. You know, you have a guy that likes to throw a lot of kicks. He's fighting a shorter guy that likes to stay low in his base, you know. And sometimes those things can be inadvertent. But when you start throwing them with regularity, again, like you said, you're flirting with a bad thing as an amateur fighter. Even if you don't knock your opponent out, if you touch him with your foot, if you're under dazed, you're going to lose a point or you're going to be disqualified.
Yep. And that's one of the things I'm really impressed with Ohio MMA. I mean, every organization has their faults, but one of the things Ohio MMA has done from the top down is really protected the amateur fighters.
Absolutely. You know, John, I just recently received my license as a state of Ohio referee. I'll be reffing some fights in Columbus, Ohio coming up. And that's one of the things we talk about, safety first for amateur fighters. Hey, guys, you're not getting paid to do this. We want to keep you safe, and we want you to develop your skills. Here we go for round two. Jerry Poe letting the guys lock the cage, and here we go. We're back at it. And Odom and Ford meet right in the middle again. Ford throwing that jab out there, looking for that rangefinder. Odom looking to set up with that counter. Nice leg kick by Ford.
Ooh.
Boom! You can hear that leg kick crack throughout. An overhand right from Odom.
Yeah, good counter punch by Odom. Even Ford smacked his hands together like, all right, let's go.
Ford winding up like he's a professional boxer. Nice right hands. These guys, what I've noticed is they need to step forward on those punches. You step forward a half a step and you're landing the punch.
And that's one of the things that's difficult to do in MMA gyms is when you're sparring with boxing glove, that's one thing, but you go from 16-ounce gloves down to 6-ounce gloves.
That's right.
Or as a professional 4-ounce gloves, you know that range really makes a big difference.
And the window to slip it through is it's easy to slide a bam, there you go. Odom on the counter strikes. He gets through the teep kick and then he counter strikes, and he's got power behind those punches. Here's Ford pressing him a little bit. Again, great footwork. There's that side kick. Odom runs in with a kick of his own, but just misses.
Yeah, Ford was the way he was set up there. I didn't know if he.
Oh!
And
I
that
think
looks
it's
like
more
a
of a
slip.
Yeah, more of a slip. He did touch him with the stiff left jab, but more of a slip. Ford's right back to his feet, trying to keep the pressure on, throwing the rangefinder out there. Again, there's those front kicks. And here comes Odom storming forward, punches and bunches. Boom, what a cover down. Oh, and he, you know, this thing has someone's going to sleep written all over it. It seems like who's going to land the big shot first. Odom has been close, Ford has been close. Bam, and there's a straight, stiff jab on the chin. Ford definitely pressing forward. Odom doing a good job. Oh, there's an uppercut.
Odom got caught with that uppercut, as they call it in the business, the 6.
Man, as they call it, you're right, in the business, one of my favorite. Hit him with the 6. Now, Odom is on his back. Looking
for a
going after
beautiful
an
armbar. And he's got it.
He tapped him.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Whoa. And that is the world of MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, this place is electric.
And look, those guys, they don't, it was like they couldn't wait to hug it out in the middle.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Both of these guys fought. Both of these guys had moments in this fight that it looked like it was going to go their way or either way. And what a replay. Watch this. He's in trouble. He gets caught with the 6, put on his back. He immediately starts to work in transition, and there it is. He gives up the arm. He sinks in the arm bar, and it's a win. It's a win for the hometown, Brandon Odom.
And that is one of the things that 28, now 29 fights will bring you, that experience. Hey, you might be getting rocked, but don't freak out. Let's send it up to Jake Digman and make it official.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Gary Poe calls a stop to the action at 2 minutes and 17 seconds of the second round, declaring your winner by armbar submission, Brandon Anytime, Anywhere, Odom!
Here's your winner, Brandon Odom, with the Rec Room armbar. That was slick, man. When he took you down, you weren't worried about it at all.
I actually kind of wanted him to do that. When I dropped him, not in the first round, I let him get up. I should have jumped on him there. But when I dropped him again this round, I probably should have jumped on him there too. But I felt pretty comfortable on my feet. When he took me down, that's where I wanted this fight to be the whole time, was on the floor. I'm not a striker. I've never claimed to be one, even though I'm working really hard on it. But I knew as soon as we hit there, he's in my territory. It's over with.
Des Ford's a real tricky opponent, man. He's real tricky, he's real good. He's almost like the gatekeeper. How many fights do you have now total?
This is number 29. And I know despite the fact that Ohio, they're not going to let me turn pro, but me and my gym and my coach, Mitch, we have a plan. We're going to go ahead and make my pro debut somewhere. It's time to start getting paid for this shit.
I feel you.
There you
Cheer
have
for your winner, Brandon Odom.
Well, there you have it, John. Our question before the fight, he said, now it's time to start getting paid.
How about these fights, guys? These are the best fights I've seen in a long time.